Sportsbook. Let's start with Molly's Giants. They are tied for the third lowest win total at 5.5 games. Joe, do you see the Giants winning more or less?
Less. I'd like to do over-under, too, if we're going to do some gambling here, but I'll play along. We're going to do less. This team is better than last year, especially on the defensive side. And if you want a week one bet that supports them, take the points against Washington. Undervalued in that spot. The thing is the schedule. 17 games. You know how many times I have them favored? Once.
Wow.
One game. And that's not necessarily an indictment of them. It is just going to
Must be against Cowboys.
Yeah, so we're going to go fewer than 5.5, but they're going to be right near that number.
Yeah, I'm going over for the New York Giants. I get it, the number one strength of schedule in the NFL, but ultimately what it's going to come down to is that defense being able to keep them in a lot of games and then having a playmaker, somebody that can raise the floor on the offensive side of the ball. And what I've seen from Jackson Dart across the 3 preseason games, the guy is ready for prime time, throwing a touchdown in each one of them. 68% completion percentage, 113 passer rating. Dart will be the starter once we get to October, and he'll be the reason why they go over.
I like him.
I watched him last night.
I watched him last night.
Open my heart to Dart.
There you go. I like
Dart.
the kid. I like the kid. He's got some skills, and I understand that. But we've seen Giants look bad in preseason.
Yes.
Let's not act like we don't know. So yes, I will go over.
Now
I think it was.
Jackson Dart's looking good. Malik Neighbors is looking good. Do you have hope for the Giants this year?
Hey, man, I'm one of those people where I think it's going to be hell to play the New York Giants. Like, I really do, man. Like, the physical brand that they play on defense, but offensively, if they can get one, if Russ can hold it down until we know Jackson Dart's the future. We don't need to, if he can hold it down and have some success, one thing we know Russ can do, he can throw that mug downfield, and Malik Neighbors can catch it downfield. Offensive line ain't bad. You got a physical football team up front. Left tackle is in a good situation right now. Jackson Dart is going to be the answer. I'm a big Brian Daboll fan. Like, love him. I think he's one of the best in the league. But what is going to come down to, and the Giants know this right now, we're going to have to kick people's ass on the line of scrimmage. And I think they have the personnel to do it. So if they are in games in the fourth quarter in the NFC East, and they got an opportunity to either rush the passer and get people off the field, or they can be physical at the point of attack, or push the ball down the field, I think they'll have the personnel to do it. Remember, fellas, like a lot of this for the Giants has been personnel, bro. They haven't had good rosters for a minute, and I think they are marketably better on both sides of the ball now.
The New York Giants, that team you've written off as perennial underachievers, storming through preseason like a freight train on fire. 3 games, 3 crushing victories, a 34-25 takedown of the Bills, a 31-12 dismantling of the Jets, and a jaw-dropping 42-10 annihilation of the Patriots. That's a combined point margin of exactly 60, folks. Not just wins, but statements that scream dominance. This isn't the stumbling, soul-crushing Giants of yesteryears, the ones who choked on slow starts and left fans heartbroken. No. This is a reborn beast, sharp as a blade, confident to the core, radiating an energy that's electric and unbreakable. The sideline, pure fire. Players exploding in celebrations, feeding off each other's hunger like a pack of wolves, claiming territory. And the real gut punch. They did it without unleashing their full starters, proving this roster's depth is no illusion. It's raw, unfiltered belief bubbling up before week 1 even hits. But hold on. The scoreboard's just the tip of the iceberg. What's brewing underneath could shatter expectations and redefine this season. But this surge didn't happen in a vacuum. It's the offense that's flipped the script entirely, unlocking a rhythm that's as lethal as it is unexpected. Let's dive into how they transform stale plays into pure firepower. Picture the Giants' offense last year. Predictable, plodding, a recipe for disaster that left drives dying in the dirt. Now, it's a symphony of destruction, balanced and brutal. They dialed up 13 screens that averaged 5 yards per play, turning bailouts into first-down feasts, backs exploding into space, linemen hitting landmarks like assassins, the ball snapping out lightning fast. But that's child's play compared to the deeper carnage. Lining up under center 68 times to sell raw power, then ripping 48 play-action keepers that froze linebackers in their tracks. 29 run-pass options, with 19 morphing into rushes that gashed defenses. Sprinkle in 18 deep shots punishing creeping safeties, and motion on 57 snaps forcing constant chaos. This isn't random tricks. It's a master plan letting skills breathe while keeping foes off balance for every grueling quarter. The drama? It's birthed an identity the Giants have craved for years. One that could drag them from the abyss of irrelevance into playoff contention. Yet, the controversy rages. Is this preseason flash or the real deal? Critics scoff. But the numbers don't lie. This offense is a ticking bomb, ready to explode in September. This flexible firepower begs the question, who's calling the shots under center? The quarterback room's quiet strategy is the hidden dagger. Up next, why the number 2 label is a total farce. Russell Wilson locks in as starter. That's etched in stone. His veteran poise a shield against the storm. But here's the heart-stopping twist. The next snap isn't about hierarchy. It's about the moment that could make or break a season. Tight game, long field, 2 minutes ticking down like a death sentence. Grab Jameis Winston's calm timing to navigate the inferno. Big lead, safe pocket, unleash rookie Jackson Dart's fresh legs and fearless edge. The kid who scrambled for 23 yards, learned to slide the hard way, and torched preseason with touchdowns in each game, a 68% completion rate, and a 113 passer rating. The plan's controversial edge: keep Dart active, not sidelined in emergency glass. Feed him snaps when games allow, building a future without rushing into ruin. Meanwhile, Tommy DeVito's solid tape draws league-wide eyes, turning him into trade bait that empowers the front office. This isn't a room in crisis. It's an arsenal of options, flipping desperation into dominance. Fans feel that thrill? This depth could salvage seasons or spark betrayals. Whose side are you on in this QB war? Yet no QB thrives in isolation. The real game changers are the targets who amplify every throw. Coming up, the receiver room that's become a defensive nightmare. Malik Neighbors steps onto the field, and defenses crumble. His gravity pulls eyes like a black hole, creating voids that scream opportunity. Last year's windows? Sealed shut. Now, they're gaping wounds, with timing razor sharp and drives refusing to die. The veterans add fuel to the fire. Darius Slayton stretching sidelines, forcing safeties deep in fear. Wan'Dale Robinson snapping underneath to punish zones like a predator. Jalen Hyatt's blistering speed demanding respect. One hot series from this trio, and Neighbors' coverage evaporates. A chain reaction of destruction. But the hidden venom? Return threats like Gunnar Olszewski and Emir Smith-Marset flipping fields with creases that turn thirds into gimmies. Bo Collins battles for trust, tightening details amid the squeeze. This group's pressure is palpable. One drop could cascade into collapse, one grab into glory. It's controversial. Are they stars or overhyped? Either way, they're the spark that could ignite or incinerate the Giants' hopes. Viewers, doesn't this excite you? Imagine the highs, dread the lows. It's football at its rawest. This aerial assault needs ground support to truly terrify. Enter the backfield and tight ends, where speed meets scoring in a roster crunch that's pure agony. Dante Miller touches the ball, and it's electric, pure gas, forcing coaches to recoil at stashing him on practice squad oblivion. Then the tight ends erupt. Greg Dulcich stacking 3 preseason touchdowns, syncing with Dart like telepathy in money zones. This room's a blessing and a curse. Juice from backs, points from ends. But the math is merciless. 4 RBs, logical with special teams flips. 4 TEs, essential with Chris Manhertz's blocking wall, Dulcich's red zone menace, Theo Johnson's smooth moves turning tough grabs into tidal waves. Daniel Bellinger, a heartbreaking cut candidate, not for skill but overlap and contracts squeezing like a vice. Every keeper multiplies threats without telegraphing plays. Every cut risks unraveling the fabric. The drama's intense. These choices could forge champions or forge regret. Fans aged 20 to 60, you've lived through Giants' heartbreaks. Feel the weight? This crunch isn't just roster talk. It's the edge between triumph and tragic downfall. If offense hoards spots, defense must claw for theirs, shifting focus to the trenches where muscle meets mayhem. Dexter Lawrence anchors like an unmovable mountain, but the real terror, depth that's finally ironclad. Rakeem Nunez Roches glues it together. DJ Davidson claims snaps with brute leverage, while rookies like Abdul Carter flash, burst that haunts QB's nightmares. Edge rush? Brian Burns and Kayvon Thibodeau slide protections into panic, Carter adding packages of pure fear. Corners battle fiercely. Deonte Banks owns outside. Andrew Phillips slots in. But backups like Trey Hawkins push for aggression that could backfire spectacularly. One thin spot, and the whole unit collapses like a house of cards in a hurricane. Controversial take. This D's physical brand could bully the NFC, but skeptics call it overhyped fluff. Numbers scream otherwise. Preseason holds that stifled offenses. Audience, doesn't this pump your blood? The danger of failure looms, but the glory of sacks and stops, irresistible. With spots scarce, leverage emerges. Trades and waivers that could redefine everything. Cut down weeks a bloodbath, but Giants hold aces. QB depth sparking trades with desperate squads like Titans or Chiefs. Swap DeVito for safety help? Patch corner voids without gutting the core? Waivers offer steals, reshaping roles. The first 53? Mere blueprint. One move could crown or doom the season. Shocking reality. Poor choices lead to mid-season meltdowns, rosters rotting from within. Praise the front office's savvy, but challenge. Fix safety first or risk total collapse? Viewers, your hearts race. This is where legends rise or empires fall. All this builds to the big question: hope or hype for 2025? Sportsbooks peg Giants at 5.5 wins, third lowest, a slap in the face. Joe says under, citing brutal schedule favoring them once, but others roar over. Darts primetime ready, defense keeps them alive, neighbors raises floors. Controversial clash, hell to play physicality versus undervalued underdogs. I say over, 6 wins minimum, with Dart's skills opening hearts. Fans, you feel it? Excitement surges, danger lurks. Jackson Dart shines, neighbors dazzles, hope burns bright. Which position to fix first? Dart the answer? Share below. Like, subscribe for more NFL fire. Don't ignore this Giants renaissance.